Hello there and welcome to another whiskey orientated video. Today we're just doing a Q&A video. These questions were asked by fellow whiskey enthusiasts on several different whiskey orientated social media pages. So we're just going to answer those questions just smoothly, and I have my favourite whiskey brand on display in this video just because I thought if I'm going to have a whiskey in this video, it makes sense to be my favourite. So there you are, you. So, when did I first start drinking whiskey? It was back in 2016. It was my first year of college. I was going to a house party and my friend Declan Cooney suggested, "Oh, what do you want to take with you? What do you want to have?" And I just said, do you drink whiskey at all? I've never tried it. And he was like, "Yeah, we can give it a shot." So the first whiskey I ever tried, as some of you may already know, was Bell's. Now, it was nice, but my palate has since developed and I have grown to appreciate a lot more styles, a lot more variations. And ever since then I've always really enjoyed it. I appreciate it a lot more than I did then. Back then I was just drinking it to socialise. Now I actually appreciate it. I look into it a bit more. I utilise the right accessories, the correct glass, the correct way to nose it, all that good stuff. What inspired you to get more knowledge on whiskey? That would be two people. That would be my granddad Leo, who passed away 10 years ago, but he was a big whiskey fan. He used to drink, from my memory, he was a big Famous Grouse fan. I used to remember seeing him drink that a lot. That's from my own memory. So I was always inspired to try it based on what I seen him have. He was actually the reason that I asked to have whiskey in the first place. When I first met my friend for that house party in the previous question, I was thinking of him when I asked to try it, just because I know that he really liked it, and I was always curious about whiskey to begin with, ever since I seen him try it. The second person that is my biggest inspiration when it comes to whiskey is the White Mackay master distiller, Richard Pattison. He produces the White Mackay brands, the Dalmore brands, the Jura brands, and the Shackleton, I believe. I have Dalmore. That's my favourite brand of all brands across the entire world. I think what he has developed is extraordinary. There's two variations right in front of you already. That's the 15-year-old and that's the Cigar Malt Reserve. He's my second inspiration because he really opened my knowledge about whiskey. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube about him, about his brand and whiskey overall. He teaches it. Go watch him. Richard Pattison Whiskey. You will not be disappointed. He's such a character. Yes, he has strong opinions, but he's such a good teacher when it comes to this stuff, and I would have to thank him because of my knowledge where it is. It wouldn't be where it is without Richard Pattison. What is your favourite whiskey? As you may already know, they're right in front of you. My favourite is the Dalmore brand under White and Mackay. These are regarded as a premium type whiskey, but I remember the first time I tried Dalmore was in 2018. I was at a hotel in Dundee and they had Dalmore 12 on the shelf, and I knew about it and I always wanted to try it just because of Richard Pattison. I tried it and I loved it. I fell in love with it. I then got a bottle of 12-year-old for my birthday the following year, and that's the one I actually reviewed 2 years ago. So yes, I would have to say the Dalmore brand, but I love all whiskey. I really do enjoy it all. You know, there's so much out there. Jura, Shackleton, bourbon in general. There's so many different variations out there. I love Japanese whiskey, but Dalmore just takes it for me. I know a lot of people don't like Dalmore because they do chill filter their whiskies and they add food colouring to their whiskies. Now, I don't care. As long as you're honest about what's going on inside this, which Dalmore are, they are transparent, and as long as it tastes good, I don't care. I think it's proven to be a success, and a very nice whiskey. If you had to recommend 3 whiskies, what would they be? Dalmore 12, the Dalmore 12-year-old, for anyone who's interested in whiskey as a whole, or who is interested in trying Scotch for the first time, or wants to try a Highland single malt, or just try a single malt to begin with. The Dalmore is a single malt whiskey. So I would recommend the Dalmore 12 to anyone who wants to try whiskey, who has tried it and never tried Dalmore, wants to try a different region. Dalmore 12 is a safe, brilliant option. A lot of people regard the 12-year-old as their best. But yeah, Dalmore 12 is definitely one of them. I would also recommend an Irish whiskey for anyone who has never tried it, because the one that I like a lot is Conor McGregor's Proper 12. I actually reviewed that bottle. You can go watch that review. That is the easiest whiskey I've ever had in my entire life. Not even joking. I think I got it when it first came out. Really like it, and it's better than Jameson, I would say. Very easy, very nice. I usually watch it when the UFC is on, or I usually drink it when the UFC is on. So I would recommend Proper 12, an Irish whiskey, the Conor McGregor whiskey. So easy, especially if you've never had whiskey. That is a good starting option as well. Number 3, an option that I would recommend is a Japanese whiskey called Hibiki Harmony. I have Hibiki Harmony. I will review that at a later date, but that is a phenomenal whiskey. In my opinion, Japanese whiskey is the second best developed whiskey in the world, next to Scotch. Because it's as close as someone's gotten, I believe. It's the closest thing to Scotch, and it's also really nice. So I would recommend any sort of Japanese whiskey, to be honest, but Hibiki Harmony would be my recommendation. Price range for the Dalmore 12, you can get it about £40 to £50, depending on where you're getting it from, so it is easily accessible. The Proper 12 you can get for around about £25, depending on where you get it, maybe even £20. And for the Hibiki Harmony, that is around about that £70 to £90 mark. I've seen it on sale for £70, I've seen it on sale for £100. It really does depend. I usually go to the whiskey shop. You can Google that, the whiskey shop. That's where I usually get my bottles from, no matter what bottle. If they have it, I'll get it from there. Is there any whiskey you have not tried that you would love to try? There is a fair number, a lot of Dalmore. Again, I'm a big Dalmore fan. I would have to say the Dalmore 18, because I've only ever tried it once and I don't remember it that much. I think I didn't get enough time to appreciate it or understand it that much, so I would say that. I would also like to try the Jack Daniel's Frank Sinatra Select. That is something I would hope to get as well. And another whiskey is the Yamazaki 12-year-old. That is also a Japanese whiskey that I would love to try. But yeah, so the Dalmore 18-year-old, the Japanese Yamazaki 12, and the Jack Daniel's Frank Sinatra Select. So I would like to try them eventually. What is the best whiskey to pair whilst smoking? Yes, it's very popular for people to smoke a cigar, for example, and have a whiskey. I don't smoke, so I really can't give you any sort of feedback or information regarding that. However, what I will comment on is many whiskey distilleries do have cigar-based whiskies. For example, the Dalmore. This is the Dalmore Cigar Malt Reserve. This is their cigar-based whiskey. I just drink it. I don't smoke with it. I don't smoke, as I say, but I do enjoy this dram. I would recommend this for any cigar fan. If you want to have a nice cigar with a nice whiskey, Dalmore Cigar Malt Reserve, or any cigar-based whiskey. But I can only speak on a Dalmore. This is the only cigar malt that I've ever had. Is there anything else other than whiskey that you enjoy? Of course. My alcohol experience has come a long way in the last 5 years, I would say, 6 years since I started drinking whiskey. Obviously whiskey has always been my go-to, that's obvious to anyone who knows me, but I do enjoy a glass of red wine preferably, but I do like white wine. I also do enjoy beer, but I also have come to just recently because of the last James Bond film, No Time to Die, I have been making vodka martinis and Vesper martinis, and they are very nice as well. I would probably say I would drink whiskey being my favourite drink, the martinis being my second favourite, wine being my third favourite, beer being my fourth on that list personally. All four nice, but you know my preference based on that list. What whiskey brand would you like to work with? I've actually reached out to Dalmore tons of times. I think they have gotten fed up of me, but I always, as I've said multiple times by now. Dalmore is my favourite. I would love to do some sort of advertisement for their brand. I would love to, I know it's a hypothetical, probably not going to happen, help create a unique blend. If I become a successful actor, which I want to do, I would love to have a Dalmore variation that I can help contribute to in some form or way. That would be the dream. I wouldn't even want to own my own whiskey like Conor McGregor. I would just like to work with this company somehow, and I would be a very happy man. How do I like to drink my whiskey? Neat. I like it neat. Nothing in it. Maybe a little bit of water, but no ice, nothing like that. Though it is completely up to yourself. I want to emphasise, as much as I am a fan of a neat glass of whiskey, that's just my preference. But for you lot out there, you might want to add a bit of water, you might want to add ice to it. It is completely up to yourself. Enjoy whiskey as you want to enjoy it. It's not for me to pick, it's for you to pick. It's not for anyone else to pick, it's for you to pick and enjoy yourself. Thank you for watching this video. I just thought I'd do this for fun, since I am getting back into the swing of things with whiskey in general, to be honest. So hope you enjoy. If you want to do another one, feel free to reach out and we'll see what we can do. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I just drink it. I don't smoke with it. I don't smoke, as I say, but I do enjoy this dram. It's very nice. I would recommend it for any cigar drinker. I would